Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show. We are on episode 659. And I am your host here to bring you a very special show for this week. I am, of course, Circuit Main. But I'm also joined by my wonderful group of panelists who are ready to talk about the Brony community, or at least we're ready to talk shipping. We are joined by Deathlight Productions.
Hi.
We're joined by DM21.
A little early for the day of love.
We are joined by Tech Stallion.
Hi.
And Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
Yay.
We should also be joined a little bit later by Crazy Matt Captain, Toakoi, and Coldust, as we are going to be doing a big group session of the card game made for Valentine's. But we also play it. We played it constantly, but we still play it here and there. We, of course, are talking about the Twilight Sparkle Secret Shipfic Folder game. And since we are so close to Valentine's Day, I figure it is a good time to go ahead and spend some time playing this game and getting our greatest ships together. Now, in the past, if you've seen previous shows of this, we usually try to do a normal show and then try to cram this in, which usually ends up with us trying to learn the rules again for 15 minutes, trying to learn the rules again for 15 minutes, then trying to cram several rounds in, only just to get 3 or 4, then just to declare a random winner and then move on because time is up. I've decided, no, we're going to make sure we have a chance to do a full, proper, and insane, silly game. So most of the show is going to be wholly and solely dedicated to playing the Twilight Sparkle Secret Shipfic Folder card game in browser. I would like to quickly shout out to everybody who is in our Discord call. A bit of a heads up that if you want to participate, the room is currently available in our chat room right now. So you might want to get on the link there just to make sure you have your name, have everything set up and your name in. Maybe do a quick refresher of the quick start rules that we'll be playing there. But of course, before we all do all of that, we are going to do some of our Brony show traditions. Of course, we're going to warm up our vocal cords a little bit before we start talking ship to each other. With a little bit of wub. So I'd like to ask all of you, as we ask every week, that is not wubbing. That's not wubbing either. I don't know what the wub that is. Let's ask all of you, as we ask every week, what's up, bronies?
Well, I'm sad to say, but I finally got another job.
Aw.
Tragic, I know.
Nah, I'm sure it had to happen eventually, but is that at least a nice job with lots of nice job benefits and abilities? And
It's in another scrapyard, but in a semi-truck scrapyard this time.
Ooh. Oh, that's not so bad.
But I get full benefits, PTO, and paid vacation days.
Oh, so it is a job. It's an actual job.
Yeah. And on top of that, we're starting me off at 22 an hour with a chance to go up to 30.
Wow, that's actually sounds great. That sounds amazing all around. I really hope that this works out for you.
And also, they pay for my safety equipment too.
You know what? I got so many questions about that statement alone, but I'm just gonna be happy for you.
My last job didn't give me any benefits, no paid time off, hardly any time off actually. No paid holidays, and I had to also buy all my own safety equipment.
Yes, the safety equipment question, the part that really makes me wonder what the hell, because I'm sure that might be a violation of some sort.
Well, you see, because they're a small family-run business, they could get by. They can ignore most of that.
I have questions regarding that, but
because
still.
I left and they were so close to the cap, and now they hired 2 people to do my job and looking for a third person. That means they're over that, so that means they have to start acting like a big company.
Oh, so they have to put on their big boy pants while you actually get to move on to a better job anyway.
Yeah.
Love it. Honestly, that
It's
is
so
good
funny.
for you. That is so good for you. I'm so glad to hear that
Karma.
things are going better for you.
Karma at its finest.
We got a little bit of good stuff going on with Deathlight. Honestly, he deserves it, and I'm glad that
Little bit of spite there. But I've been there for
you
8 years
deserve
by
it.
myself.
You deserve
So-
you deserve the spite. You deserve the spite. The fact that they need to hire 3 people
You
to replace
deserve
you
your
is
grudge.
evidence. That's evidence enough. With 3
Everyone's
people.
entitled to their feelings.
Anyway, anybody else have any other wub that they want to throw out there?
Yeah, am I right? Has been giving me a lot of trouble tonight doing the Jackbox game, so I'm glad that I could take my time with Twilight's secret ship folder.
Ah. That's definitely good.
No, it doesn't feel good. I hope it's not nothing too serious.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. So, who wants to see the latest in why in the world did I spend money on that?
I love that one.
Yeah, everybody has it. It happens to everybody. Let's face it. But every time it happens, you're just like, why did I spend money on that?
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's so worth it. I don't care.
So yeah, I got this nice little big giant box. The funny thing is, this actually appeared on my door a couple of days after the last show, and I mean that in all honesty. I asked them to shove it into a quiet, dark corner behind my house. They literally had it front center of my front door. There was no mistaking that it was there. It was impossible not to know it was there. The thing is that I don't know if this picture belies how big this thing is.
I know exactly how big it is. It's 108 by 54 by.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the carton dimensions though, but that is.
Yeah, but that tells you how big you're gonna expect it.
Yep, but yeah, inside the thing was this.
The fact that I've been dealing with too much printing, I can convert kg to pounds is very helpful and also weird. Also, Snuggle Buddy.
That was random.
That thing is 60% tail.
It really is.
Yeah.
But yes.
Man, I would love to get one of these, but with the cats would have it all ripped up.
I'm really glad my cat doesn't seem to mind plushies too much. But yes, this is a official Pokedex size Flareon. So this is by the accurate dimensions that the Pokedex gives you for how big a Flareon should be.
Neat.
They're a little bit short, aren't they?
Actually, considering all the fan art I've seen, this is actually bigger than I was expecting in some cases.
So used to seeing evolutions where they're half the height of their owner, so 4 or 5 foot. Well, not wow, 3 or 4 foot tall. Yeah.
But they're like maybe 2 feet tall. They're just like big house cats. And this game is just no, this is the size of a larger dog.
I expect the legs to be a bit longer.
Yeah, the legs are a little wonky, but I mean, it's an official plushie. I wasn't expecting perfection either.
Oh, okay.
But it's mass produced.
Yeah, for the price, so it's at least really good quality. Just not, for the size of that, I would have expected if I was making an actual plushie maker, would have been more close to $2,000.
Yeah.
How much did you get this for?
400 some odd.
Huh. Not a bad trade-off.
Yeah, I'd say so. With officials, the plushies can sometimes be a little off in some weird ways, but they also tend to be a lot better price. So it's a trade. It's a trade-off, even if it is Nintendo Pokemon Company, and they still jacked up the price somewhat.
Again, it's one of those things of just take it as it is, because if someone were to do this on their own as a one-off, it would cost you more than just going official.
Yeah.
At least they're product placement is more functional than their game day one.
Fair enough. But in any case, the other thing that's going on with me right now is, unfortunately, I seem to be dealing with a myriad of issues. Apparently, either my habits or other things have finally decided to catch up with me. So currently, I'm wearing an elbow band. I'm wearing an elbow, elbow resistor strap, things like that. Basically, I'm trying to deal with tennis elbow. I've actually been dealing with tennis elbow for several weeks now, but it was kind of one of those. I was just waiting for it to go away, hopefully go away on its own, and do some arm exercises. No. Then over the weekend, my body said, "No, you're actually going to deal with this now." So now I have it in a brace. Thank you, brain. That's the word. I have it in a brace. I've been bracing it for the last couple of days, trying not to use my left arm too much, which really sucks. It's amazing how often I use both of my arms. So now I'm basically just trying to let my left one hang limp for the most part. And
Yeah, I get you. When I first started getting carpal tunnel, or what I thought was carpal tunnel at the time, I had a wrist brace in my right hand. The problem is my thumb, the part of my hand where my thumb is a bit bigger because someone, can't remember who, it might have been me, put the brace on kind of the wrong way. And instead of opening up my hand, it even made it a little closer in. Although that wasn't apparent until this year, when I noticed my right hand going through it. I wasn't wearing any braces, so I don't know how that happened. It could be a side effect of my Parkinson's. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel that might be it.
Yeah, I'm sorry you having to deal with that, man.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
No, at least on a good note, it does seem to be helping quite a bit. My arm still kind of hurts when it's kind of the doctor's issue. Doctor, it hurts when my arm does this. Well, don't do that.
Actually, I didn't quite finish. I never used a brace since then, but it's... Yeah, it's just... Where was it going with this? Oh yeah, but I was fine for most of the years, even without it, so I never even used the brace again because I was on my arthritic and other medications. But now, it's been 2 months since I had the arthritic medication because I had another secondary failure on the one I was currently on during December.
Damn.
Yeah, they're still looking for a new replacement, and so I think either, well, I'm having a little strange time talking right now. I don't know what may be going on. I think one of my medications is either not working or working a little too well because I'm starting to stutter.
It's also the damn thing that we, as humans, adapt way too damn well to medication.
Yeah, that's the problem sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm surprised I'm not feeling as much arthritis, but the thing is, it could come back even more harder in the next coming months if it doesn't get addressed sooner rather than later.
All right. Well, okay. Anyway, this.
Sorry, buddy, you were gonna finish your story, Circuit?
Well, just after I started wearing the brace yesterday, and it does seem to be helping somewhat. My arm hasn't been hurting quite as much, so I'm hoping within a week or two it does the full deal. The problem is that it kind of kills a lot of my gym work, so I can't do weightlifting. I'm doing a lot more cardio, but I'm also going to still try to continue my yoga sessions too, because that has been helping my back among other things. Which also I screwed up my back somewhat still, so I'm still trying to recover from that. I hate this.
All I would say is welcome to my world 9 years ago when I was working landscaping for my whole arm.
Ugh.
Not being able to use one arm. Oh yeah, it sucks. I understand very well.
Yeah, I've been through something similar because as you fall off your bike wrong once, and it just basically feels like your arm don't want to work no more.
Yeah, I know. Just between the arm, the back,
basically,
and my
right thumb right now,
and my freaking tooth crown, it just feels like everything is trying to hurt me all at once. It's just like, no, stop it. Give me a couple weeks for one of you. All right. Anyway, we're going off way too much here. Anybody else have any other What's Up Brony to throw out there?
Well, I am still working on my cosplay. I got one of the legs printed in full. It fits fine. Now I need to pad the upper part just because it's a little bit too loose, but yay, it works. And that means I'm one step closer to having a full suit of my own.
All right.
Nice.
Again, a little positivity there, here and there. I had to find a way to get some bolt cutters, though, simply because when you screw through something, you're like, how can I cut this off? Well, I don't want to use a Dremel. I don't want to use a blade too close to plastic because, yeah.
All right. Well,
look, the answer is always death wheel. Don't answer any other.
Just because it's a death wheel does not mean I have to use it. I'm not trying to kill something.
Well, all right. I think we definitely got off on some tangents here. All right, I think. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some light news and content creation here real fast, and I mean light news because just to give people a heads up because of one reason or another. So really quickly, I just want to shout out the fact that we have another My Little Pony movie from Tamers. Basically, Twilight Sparkle takes Trixie to a Japanese bathhouse because she smells bad. So of course this exists. We know it exists. Just letting people know that the new episode is out because obviously some people don't want this to exist, and there has been at least 2 or 3 different occasions where Tamer's channel has been blocked or bunked or other things going on.
He has been deleted at least twice.
So, yeah, I just want to get the word out. So if you are trying to archive, backup, or watch these, you can get to them as quickly as you can. And, of course, once again, this is pretty much everything you expect it to be, as it always is. Crazy jank animation, weird voicing, comedy that was basically early internet humor in every way possible. All that fun stuff. You know what to expect. You know what you're getting into. So just letting you know it's out there, and it's pretty much the same as it ever was.
We still appreciate the new memes that come from this, but we just don't care for some of the execution.
Well, here's something that nobody's going to appreciate, except for some people are, but I don't know who. I definitely wouldn't. So, who knows Skull Panda or Pop Mart?
La Boo Boo.
Well, that sums it up quite nicely. So, we're only announcing this because somebody out there might want it, and they are going to be releasing very soon. Me, I have no interest in this. So they have a new blind box from Skull Panda coming out with My Little Pony toys.
You know what this whole craze kind of reminds me of?
Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking.
Oh man, yeah.
So, yes.
I was thinking something a bit more scarce, like Pokemon cards or something like that.
No, that's still a part of this.
No, even Pokemon cards still have their spurts just because of both cultural phenomenon and then notorious.
Oh yeah, that okay. I was thinking something else.
So, just part of the thing with Beanie Babies though is you can buy these, they'll hold their value, so they're a great investment, and people are trying to do the same with this. So
oh my god, I just remembered. I think I was remembering NFTs it's the same
at least these are better than NFTs because there's at least something physical.
Yeah,
that's the only reason, but it's also like the comic.
I'm just saying that the fad eruption of it kind of mirrors it a bit. I mean,
yeah.
Well, also it's like the '90s comic speculation boom.
So anyway,
because everyone's nostalgic these days.
So anyway,
no,
anyway, we're getting off track. We get it. This is crap, but this is also crap that's going to be launching in a couple of days for $40. So it
I would
looks.
pay 20 for that.
So yeah, but these are also little tiny ones. So, and here's a fun one. Apparently, there's 2 secret ones. So if you want to collect them all, you're buying a lot more. You're buying at least 3 boxes because let's face it, they're not gonna have 2 secrets in one case.
Yeah, the Queen Chrissy is probably why people are going to. There's the sunshine.
No Nobody, no Brony I know, unless they have deep pockets or completely insane, are going to be going after these. I'm pretty positive on that. You know what? I stand corrected. I'm not positive. I really don't know what people are going to do. I know what I'm going to do. No, this is the one thing I'm not touching.
Do what the people at the of Magic the Gathering did, where
laugh.
Oh, we're going to make this incredibly valuable, and people of Magic the Gathering is like, no, you're not. Well, I want this much. Like, we're not going to pay for it.
That's voting with your wallet, folks.
Bankrupt them.
Just don't. If you don't have any interest, don't buy it.
Exactly.
If you have any inkling that this is going to be an investment, it's not.
No.
You might get lucky.
It never works out. We saw this with many other companies other than Yacht Monkey Club.
I mean,
we have seen this with comics.
We have seen this with everything. Every single thing that has ever existed. Once they have some sort of fanaticism going on with it for a while, yeah, it may go up in price for a while, but it is going to come crashing down hard. If you want proof positive of this, look at Funko Pop.
Exactly.
Yep. So I actually found out somebody's selling their entire Lifetime collection over at a nerd store in my area.
Oh, what happened to the worth of the Pony Funko Pops? The good vinyl ones.
Oh no, those ones still have a bit of a price to them, but you could still get one relatively easy. It's not that they're hard. It's just that they are still going to have a little bit of a cost, but they actually were expensive. Well, not expensive, but they still had a cost to begin with at the beginning.
For example, one of the only Funkos I have is Tom from Toonami. I still have the box just because I like looking at it. But since it's been open, it's worth less, but that's still a rare thing.
Yeah, I know that.
Anyway, just saying, if you want it, go for it. I personally wouldn't recommend it, and I'm not going to go for it, and that's it.
It's a fool's errand, Timmy.
Anyway, next, fan fiction recommendation. I can't help to recommend Obiter Dicta. Though I am going to be completely honest, I actually didn't read all of this because I didn't realize I didn't read all of this. I thought the entire story was just the afternoon for Dotted Line.
Oh, you fool.
No, yeah, if you see right here, you can see that I have several chapters I haven't touched yet. I have read a couple of them, but that's all that was out at the time. So I made a horrible mistake. But yeah, no, this is like a collection of small stories based around the civil service, which is funny enough because there's actually a physical printing of this called Tales of the Civil Service. Granted, I don't know if it's still available or not because I can't remember if it was a Pony Finder book or not. But the same stories are still here. And they are fun little snippet stories, basically dealing with essentially the government work of the princesshood of Canterlot.
Yes, there's a very similar book to that, and I can't remember what it's called for the life of me right now. But it was hysterical because they put that like in between the Queen Chrysalis reform when. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did recommend checking it out. I had a lot of fun with these, though. It looks like some of these are a little bit more so because you also have some sadness, history. You have kind of a mix of everything. So you're going to get all walks here, but I think it is still worth an actual read. So actually read it. And the art recommendation, I want to recommend Owl Pirate. Now this one is interesting because some people might not consider 3D models art, but honestly, I can't see how you could see anything else other than art out of this.
It's a
Especially,
unique
have you
art.
ever
It's a
seen
unique
a
style
high
with
quality model? You cannot tell me that's not art.
Yeah, they got these
it has a unique art style with the modeling of the characters in 3D polygram.
Yeah, it's a beautiful style. It is very much it's very much stylized. It's showing atmosphere, character. The fact that it is in 3D models is a 3D model means absolutely nothing. This is still amazing, amazing work. It takes a lot of effort into it, and you can see the effort put into it. The accessories, the expressions, the atmosphere, the positionings.
I found
for the animations.
Yeah. But yeah, 100%. This is why I wanted to recommend Owl Pirate, because I wanted to show that we're not just going to do people that do traditional art, but we're even going to do 3D models, digital, anything that we can consider art in any way that's not generative will be put up into a limelight on this. And yeah, this just is so beautifully worth it. And the best part is they're still active on socials even now, so you can sign up to their Blue Sky, because you shouldn't be on anything else but Blue Sky. See, look at that. Can be on their Blue Sky and see all of the awesome art right now. How awesome is that? Link to the fanfic. Yes, I'll go ahead and throw the link to the fanfic in the chat room right now.
So you were saying you wanted to say something, Deathlight?
We'll also throw a link to
I was thinking of. It's a different one.
But... Well, I'll also throw a link to Owl Pirate, both their Blue Sky and the Derpy Boru page that we have on them right now. Yeah, all of this should also be in. This should be also in the show. It's in the show description itself. It's not going to be in the show notes because technically we don't have any this week. Because once again, we were supposed to be going through this faster than we have been. So we're going to move on. Next, quick content creation. Oh, dear Christmas. No, not looking at that. Walking away. So, content creation. Really quickly. Our challenge of the week. Okay, I actually saw this. I drew on this. Now I forgot what exactly it was. Our challenge of the week was mythical creatures. But we also had a protest initiative challenge, didn't we? They should be here right now, didn't we?
What?
We had a protest initiative challenge.
That's right, we did.
But do you remember what it was?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, I hope you do. I mean, I would be so overjoyed. One would say I'd be over the moon if you'd remember. I mean,
yes, because the Protest Initiative Challenge was the moon.
Yes, the moon. And admittedly, I didn't have as much time to draw, so I tried something a little different with this one.
I want to talk your Suey. Sorry, that just came to mind when I looked at her nose.
It was supposed to be more of a pony nose, but unfortunately I see that now. I gotta go back and start re-looking at my noses here. Any case,
I think it's more it's a front-on nose when it should be just a little 3/4.
Yeah, I think I made it a little too flat, but I admit I was also in a rush to get this done. So this was a little.
I'm wondering what's up with these bunny ears.
Okay, I was actually going to get to that. So the whole idea of this is I wanted to draw something that was equivalent to a mythical creature of the moon. So I looked up what animals or creatures are normally associated with mythicism and moons. And apparently a very surprising amount involve rabbits. So I took the idea of the bunny costume that was worn at one point in the show and decided to fully anthropomorphize it into the pony. So basically you have a bunny pony with random things that I forgot to fill in. I'm not gonna lie there. I kind of forgot to fill that. But you basically got a bunny pony, and then I decided to add in a little bit more mystique and interest to it. Though I really just want to figure out how to do long flowing hair. So I took the Su Long interpretation from One Piece for their animal creatures.
So you did carrot as the base of this?
Yeah, I did carrot with not exactly the base, but more the
ears, because they look so familiar to me.
The ears are actually off of the bunny costume that Apple Bloom was wearing.
Oh, I can see that now too.
Wait, so this isn't based off the hoodie that Fluttershy wore?
Nope, this is complete 100%. My brain just ran with this. This is not based off of any. This is a mixture.
Just the bunny costume Apple Bloom wore in Zap Apple.
The ears are based off of the bunny costume, but it's not a bunny costume. This is literally a bunny pony with crazy Su Long hair, just kind of floating around with the moon in the sky.
No, Zap Apple isn't the name of the episode. That's just it's the harvest that's going on.
Apple Family Reunion is the...
That is not it either. It basically is like Apple Bloom's like embarrassed by Granny Smith until she tells the story.
Oh, yeah. The Founding of Ponyville episode.
That is still Apple Family Appreciation Day.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's the ears are based off of the costume, and that kind of gave me a general idea of the bunny look. But granted, the funny thing is that the only thing that really translated over was the ears, because nothing else kind of screams bunny. I probably could have tried to bunify the hooves a little bit there. Actually, maybe I should have now that I say that out loud.
Yeah, because the only other way to bunify it is a cottontail.
Yeah, which I didn't want to do the cottontail either because it would have been hidden too easily with the image like this. That's why I decided to also go for the Su Long approach with One Piece, where they just basically grow like crazy long, wavy white hair.
Oh.
So there was a lot of
I shouldn't have.
So there was a lot of interpretation going on with this, but this is 100% OG character Donut Steel. This literally character does not exist except for this drawing that I made. Which is kind of funny thinking about it. Usually I'm taking OCs or other characters or things like that. This is one of the first times I've ever went nuts to it. Here we go. Something completely different.
Yeah.
Anyway, Coldust, any thoughts on this?
I like it. It's interesting. I think it was a fun concept to run with.
Yeah.
I like it. Creative.
It is, yeah.
Good.
Quite creative. Sorry about that earlier. I thought I was muted.
No worries. And now we have Toa.
I made a Kappa staring at the moon.
Nice.
Yeah,
that just
nice.
Reminded me of the show Cap-Up Mikey.
That is completely different from the actual Kappa.
That was random as hell, but I like it. And actually, while we have Deathlight here, this is a good one to throw out real fast. We also had a random out of nowhere one.
Oh yeah, it's just me and some friends in a stream were talking about tattoos and stuff, and somebody brought up birth flowers. I'm like, well, what is that? So I looked it up and everything. It's basically a birthstone.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, how cool would it be if you had your birth flower just growing out of your birthstone?
If you're not careful where that
tattoo,
considering this is supposed to be in your thigh, if you're not careful where that tattoo is placed, it might be coming out of something, got somebody else's, some kind of stone. So I couldn't think of. I know what I wanted to say. I just couldn't think of a good way to say that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with it because it looks a little bit too clean. So maybe I'd ask somebody like, "Hey, how about you just make it a geode with like hints of amethyst coming out of it?" I don't know. Yeah,
I think you could do that, like a nice little geode thing, and you just got like the little tinges of purple amethyst coming out in little corners and stuff.
I just love the impurity of amethyst though, where it's like, oh, you can grab a chunk and like, oh, there's quartz in it. There's like all these other like things going on. You just see all these like fractions and stuff. But is it a quartz-based mineral at the end of the day?
Oh, it's also fun whenever you have multiple birthstones attributed to you from different things. You go, okay, I can have fun with this.
Well, no, it's just the impurities, because if you grab a giant chunk of amethyst, it will just have like quartz in it. It will have like gold quartz and even like some other stones in it sometimes. So
yeah, amethyst is a fun stone if you really.
It's very fun.
And with that, that is all of our entries that we have for this week. And like I said, we are kind of booking through this. So everybody, get your entries in now for next week.
They're asking what happened to Storm F.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get the entries in so they could start doing that. I'll address what happened with Storm XF3 because I do know what has been happening. I have been paying attention to that. It kind of sucks. So essentially what has been happening with Storm XF3 is YouTube.
Yes.
One of the recent videos that he posted up apparently got a monetization block because they considered it to be violent, or it had over violence, or at least that something along those lines where they said it was way too much. No, you can't do this. This is a kid show. You know, you shouldn't have this violent, horrible human violent stuff here. So we're taking away your monetization. So it's not even just that they didn't demonetize the video, they demonetized the entire channel.
The whole channel.
So he wasn't sure why, because it had nothing that it was talking about. But he took a best guess at the things that it was complaining about and put some censoring a mosaic on it, so it's been censored out, so you can't see as much. I think it was when Celestia was getting a little angry about her cake.
A little heated, some might say.
Yeah. And unfortunately, even though he did that, he's still trying to reach out to YouTube to, say, okay, I corrected the video. Can you, put my monetization back? I did what you wanted. I've acquiesced your demands. And of course, YouTube being completely bot driven. Let's face it, it's not even AI, it's bots. Because the AI they're using is bots. It's all bots. But anyway, no, that's not working, and he's not getting any responses anywhere else, so it's basically just a really bad situation where they've lost all monetization, and they're not able to get they're having a hard time, if not outright impossible, getting in contact with anyone to fix it.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's also, kind of a worrying thing, because it shouldn't have been marked like that, and if he got marked for it, what else is going to get hit? Which, unfortunately, seems to also be kind of a weird, constant thing that keeps happening all the time, because it's like every couple of months I hear about another YouTuber that got hit by the you shouldn't be doing that demonetization wagon, and nothing is explained, nothing happened, nothing is told, and sometimes they get it corrected, but it's almost like a coin toss, and it's not a very good one either. Anyway, I believe we got all of our entries here, unless anybody else wanted to throw one in real fast.
That's like a coin toss where you can't win.
It's not a good coin toss because it's not only that you can't win, it's just
it's
that you
100%
don't know how
failure.
To win. You literally don't know how to win because the way avenues they tell you to go don't work. And unless you're giving them money,
hard.
They're not going to pay attention to you, which is worse because you're creating the content that people watch.
Yep, your YouTube, you're so big, you could get away with it.
Yeah. It does give me a thought of how video content might be made in the nearby future, though, which is going to be interesting, but I'm going to leave that one alone because it's all speculation, even on my part. So, all right, looks like we got everything here. We're going to shuffle, spin. Thank you very much for your patience, everybody. And guess what? We're going off of vibes.
Yay!
Okay, we need that early, God, it was like 2010, slapstick humor, vibe check, slap.
Oh my god.
But we can do something. We can put a different kind of vibe check. Coldust, do we have a protest initiative challenge for that vibe check?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. Protest Initiative Challenge this week is brush.
Brush. So vibe,
Brush.
vibes and brush. But before I forget, I almost forgot something really important that I really wanted to shout out, and I completely spaced it. So I'm going to do it now. I have a plushie now.
Oh my god.
But Coldust,
Yo!
you also have a plushie now.
Yo! It's me!
Wow.
What the hell?
And CMC
It you.
Okay.
as a plushie now. And also old
Yeah.
favorites, Commander something. And Winchester.
We've had too much fun.
Yes.
And Skyrays. And we only have one person to thank for all of this. Well, we have multiple people, but the person who told me about it was Rainy.
Rainy!
Oh, I knew about
You
this
behind
in
our back,
Evergreen.
and I didn't know about it.
Yep, they couldn't tell me too much about it either. They just said, I want to throw an announcement in the announcements about a special project. And go, okay, what can you tell me? They're like, not much. I'm like, okay,
Here
you
it
know what? You haven't done anything to make me question things, so I'll trust you. Go for it. So,
And there's one more that will be added based off of George.
yep. So one more will be added, but all of these have been added to an official package. To say
Pomps-
exactly right.
Pomp's Pony. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me pull up the full name here.
Let's see. For those who play
Basically,
Project
it's got
Zomboid,
Project Zomboid.
this is in Project Zomboid. They install Pump's item mod in the workshop, which will have these pony plushies in it. So we are part of an
Specifically,
official.
yeah, Pomp's Items My Little Pony, which adds a lot of ponies.
A lot of ponies, yes. To give you a general idea, this was actually the other funny thing. They actually showed off just before the beginning of the month their crazy collection.
Wow.
Oh my
That they-
god.
The fact that they lived in Project Zomboid long enough to do this is amazing in itself. Let alone literally flooding it. So now we could be included.
I
in
needed
all
to
of
live in
these.
there more because I know there are 2 things that we could have done to those ponies that I wasn't able to do.
So you gotta remember, this is
Season
Commander.
1 Luna and a small Pip.
Oh,
Ooh.
I
But
think
like,
I need a
remember, this
higher
is
level
Commander
of
something.
tailoring.
but you know what we're gonna have to do at some point. We're gonna have to do a special Brony show where we're gonna have to do the race for the OC plushies, and try to grab everyone.
We
one of
are
all of us.
waiting on the next big build release.
Yeah, that it's obviously not
Because
going to be yet. Just
That next
something we're
big
gonna
build
have to do.
release is adding more stories up and down. There's going to be basements. There's going to be skyscraper levels.
Oh god, zombie skyscrapers. That is such nightmare fuel, especially in that
You
game.
say that as
Yeah, I do.
as we're going. Sorry.
He has a right to.
This
He
is-
could die at any moment.
It's going to be crazy fun, and I may poke the creator of the mod to try and figure out some more things, and if there's some better ways of dealing with things, because there's a lot of duplicates in there that I couldn't turn into more ponies.